My first time on stage, that is. Hi, my name is Andile Q, and welcome to Q's Gig Chronicles. In the next series of videos, I'll be sharing my experiences as a musician, pianist, composer, music director, music educator, with the hope of encouraging other artists that are going through or might have gone through some hard times, especially when those hard times happened while they were on stage. The stage, as much as we love it, is not the easiest of things to be on. There's a lot of pressure that comes with it, and a lot of us crumble under that type of pressure. And as artists, we share a lot of our successes, our milestones, the glamour, the glory. We seldom talk about some of the challenges we have faced while we're on stage. And this is what I'll be doing. I'll be talking about some of the greatest moments I've had on stage, and some of the saddest and heartbreaking moments, and some just funny moments I've had on stage. And I hope you will enjoy and learn or take something from my stories. And my first story goes to my first time on stage. We are talking about maybe 30 years ago. As a young boy, our neighbors had started a clap and tap choir. Now, a clap and tap choir, for those who don't know, is a choir that sings a cappella, but they accompany themselves with clapping. Now, the neighbors also sold some sweets and some fruits, as a side hustle, and he conducted the choir. So I would make it a point that every time the choir had rehearsals, I would be going there to buy some of the sweets and fruits. And as I weighed my way into these rehearsals, I would stand outside, try to buy something, and obviously would tell me, "Hey man, I'm busy. Can you come back later, or can you wait?" I'm like, "Nah, don't mind me. I don't mind waiting." Meanwhile, I was listening to the music and learning the songs as they were singing, and I got to know so much of their repertoire that I became somewhat of an official, an official member of the choir. And I would take advantage, when people were going in and out, take a quick sneak peek. Eventually the conductor just say, "Hey man, just come and sit inside." And then as I sat inside the rehearsals, I started making myself useful. Now I would be an errand boy. I would bring them water, bring them this, bring them fruits, you name it. I did it. And it came to a point where they had their first show after I had taken interest in the choir, and this was a big deal. I mean, back in the 80s and in the 90s, clap and tap choirs were the thing. This was the major entertainment in our neighborhoods, especially since we were going through some rough times as South African. You had apartheid as ripe as possible in those years, and it was just before the democratic elections of South Africa in 1994. So this was our form of entertainment. This was our fun moment. This was our therapeutic moment to thrive. So whenever we had these concerts with the clap and tap choirs, we went all out, and they, as choirs, went all out as well. The fashion, the choreography, it was just out of this world. So come day of the concert, I go with them. Obviously, I mean, like I said, I'm the errand boy. We go on stage. I'm on the side of the stage, and they start singing. Get lost in the music. Apparently, I was singing along throughout, and the conductor noticed me, so he calls me in on their last song. I'm excited, but I'm also, a bit scared. This is my first time on stage. I get on, then I try to get in the mix of them. He says, "No, come stand in front," because I'm so short. Yeah, so I stand there and we start singing. And then boom, I freeze. I can't move, I can't clap, I can't sing. I ran a few bars into the song and noticed this gentleman sitting in the front row. Uh, Now, this is where my memory gets a bit tricky. I can't remember if I'm just imagining this guy or I'm actually seeing him. Either way, I saw him and I just see him. He's sitting there cross legs, and then he just does this to me, signaling to me just to calm down and start singing. And as I calm down, the song is going, and the audience starts noticing as well that, hey man, this guy is really freaking out. And I just like start breathing, start relaxing, and then I start singing. And I can hear the audience cheering me as well, and then, I nailed it eventually. And that was at that moment I first encountered stage fright. I didn't know what stage fright is. I was too young. I didn't even know I wanted to do music as a career. But that moment taught me that the nerves will always be there. You can never get rid of them, and nor should you try to. The nerves are just there to remind you to respect your audience. There are people who came there, they spent their money in most cases, and they could have been doing something else, but they came to watch you perform. So the nerves are just there to help you control and respect what you're doing on stage. And the best way to control them is to be better prepared with practice.